Do you know what it takes to truly be great and make that commitment to yourself? Well, you're gonna find out. Hey, let's go see some cool stuff. Well, hey, we are here in Portland, Oregon, and so excited to check out the culture, the food, all the uniqueness of the nature around here in the Pacific Northwest. And most importantly, we're gonna learn from a really special guest that we had at Founders Live Portland, and so excited to have Jesse Rhodes that helped us understand what it truly means to be great and make that decision internally. And hey, you're gonna hear from him a little later in the episode. So hey, let's go. Well, it's great to be here. Traveling around and visiting now Portland, Oregon, and was able to get out and just see the city. And Portland, for you that aren't familiar, Portland is right on the border between Washington and Oregon. And even in right in the city, there's a river that goes right through it, and so I'm able to walk around and just kind of take in the landscape. And I love walking around cities, exploring what these cities have to offer, and walking along water, the water side. And hey, if there's oceans, I love to kind of go check out the beaches and the oceans. But if there's rivers, and a lot of times the rivers kind of go right through cities, and love to just stand on bridges and kind of look out and just take in the city. And Portland has its own culture and its own way, and there's there's a comfortable here, and there's also an uncomfortable. And Portland's one of the cities that has struggled to come out of the pandemic. I mean, that happened 5 years ago, 4 years ago, as we're kind of trying to come out. And Seattle's similar, but Portland has been in a position of kind of the downtown and the center of the city has really struggled to come back. And you can see that. You can see some of these buildings and some of these streets is a bit difficult. But outside of that, Oregon, we're still the Pacific Northwest up here, and it's fun to be up here and take in the greatness that this city has to offer. Leadership unlocked.
Yes.
What does this mean to you?
Woo! Key thing. Create possibilities, not excuses. When you do that, you have clarity. So the takeaway is, look within yourself, and you're never done. Where am I at stop? That right there is where the opportunity resides. And once you get clear of that thing, it's like instant.
Yeah.
It's like instant
Yeah.
because your mind is so sharp and smart to say, why am I holding on to a third grade item? I'm gonna give an example. I don't know who yet. I'm still trying to figure out who told me I could not write.
You don't know who, you just remember someone said
Yeah,
that.
Jesse can't write. Jesse can't write.
Yeah.
At the core, it's still there that Jesse can't write. Now, I worked in Deloitte & Touche, Ernst & Young, Walmart, Target, now Amazon, wrote a book,
Yeah.
had businesses, and somewhere still in my mind, Jesse cannot write. And in my amazing publisher, back in Chris Vega, Blue Cactus Press, back in 2020, 2021, interviewed me and asked the question, when did you start doing public speaking? I said, 25 years ago at Deloitte, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When did you start mentoring? Oh, back in college, I was a mentor. Okay. You have been writing your book since then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I imagine especially a lot of founders hold on to something like that. Why do you think we do that? Why do you think you can't even put a name to the person who said that?
Correct.
Yet that was what you were telling yourself.
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
It's key. It was the first moment of where you felt embarrassed or trauma when someone tells me in that pivotal moment, like kind of like Lion King when it was Simba and his dad died, and then the uncle said, "Oh," in his ear, "You should run away." It's those moments is what happens to us.
Yeah.
It's who was the uncle in that moment that told me something that I locked into my core database and lived my life forward based on that false information.
Yeah.
And a lot of cases, you may live a beautiful life, go a long ways, do all these great things, and never explore it, right?
Yeah.
Until you are away from the distraction that put it there in the first place. You get time to sit with yourself, which a lot of folks don't do. In those moments, you start to have moments of clarity and say, "Oh, where does this come from? Why? Oh."
Yeah.
So that's why it's the Lion King moment. It's the getting told you should run away. Or in my case, you can't write.
It's crazy, man. I know a lot of people deal with it, and I've dealt with that at times too. And I think my answer is just action.
Yeah.
I've been saying it recently in other ways that, dude, taking action overcomes most all of that.
Yes.
Because it leads to learning. It leads to experience. It leads to insight.
Yes.
And so, if you're struggling with anything, if you have something like what Jesse was here saying, he told himself for many years, can't write. There's something people are saying to themselves.
Always.
And simpler said than done, but just take action over that. Just do the thing.
Yeah.
It's a small, actually I was having another conversation today around this, is just put something on your calendar, takes 15 minutes to achieve,
Oh, I love that.
Open a doc and write some words down.
I love that.
Easy. And it might be a little hard for an initial time, but then you get used to that, and now you're like, whoa, every day I'm actually doing that, and now I'm not scared about it anymore. And now that's false because I actually do things, or I take this action. And so I think that's part of the lesson here.
Oh, that's a big lesson. Someone shared, I can't remember who, but the anxiety energy that I experienced, that's your subconscious saying, you are in a position to take action here. That's why it's bugging you.
Because you should, you can.
Correct.
Why are you not?
Bingo.
As I travel through the United States this year, it just strikes me as so special that I can spend a week at a time in each one of these cities and be able to take in the energy and see the United States, see my own country in a whole different light. And I've been here in Portland many years, but haven't taken the time to see this great city, from the parks to the nature outside the city to the artistic culture here in Portland. But I'm just reminded of how special this opportunity is for me, and I don't take it for granted. See that up there? See that? Yep. It's a nice lookout point. And see that? Ooh, that's a nice sun. We got a sunset tonight. And hey, it's my last night here in Portland. Last night. And we're gonna go out the right way. Let's go watch a beautiful sunset and look across the city. As I reflect on the week in Portland, not only what comes to mind is such a beautiful area of the country, but I cannot stop thinking about what Jesse said. If you really understand his words, you hear that greatness is within all of us. It's how we respond to the things that happen in our life and how we bring that to others in the world. So I encourage you to listen to those words and find out what greatness is in your life.